Welcome to Live from the Gardens, a Fanimorphs podcast about animals and how to be a convincing Animorph. This week we'll be talking about the Pacific rattlesnake and the human being, two of the animals we encountered in Animorphs number 8, the alien.
Yeah,
the
what
book
the
we
hell
discussed.
is that?
Human beings. That's a weird one.
And he chose Pacific rattlesnakes specifically.
I'm so fucking weirded out right now. Okay, sorry.
Anyway,
keep going.
Okay, so all I wanted to say was those are the two animals we saw, or the two main morphs we saw from the book we talked last week about on the Dork-Bajir Chronicles. My name is Mikhail, the host.
I'm Tessa, the expert.
I'm Braden. I'm weirded out. Why does their name sound like hummus?
Oh, yes.
Humanus.
It's like hummus, human being, hummus bean. I think that means something.
Jesus.
All right. I'm going to you guys, after our mega quiz with Adam last week about megamorphs, your scores total stand at, Tessa is at 11, Brayden is at 15. So it's pretty close, actually.
Nice. I jumped way up. I have been doing so bad in the quiz, but that Megamorphs mega quiz 2 weeks ago, that helped me. Thanks, Adam.
So let's start with this week's quiz questions. So first question, how long is the average Pacific rattlesnake? And also, how long is the longest one we've ever found?
Ooh, is that one for bonus points, or they're both?
Let's say 2 points, like 1 point each.
Okay. I think rattlesnakes on average
Closest
are about...
gets it, also.
I think rattlesnakes on average are about 5 feet long, and I think the longest one was 7 feet.
Okay. Brayden?
I think a rattler is going to average into 3.5 feet, and that the longest one found would probably come in at 6.
What did you say the longest one was, Tessa?
7.
So Brayden gets both points.
Oh, damn it. I thought rattlers were longer than that.
They're pretty, it was close. The average rattler, Pacific rattler, I think, is about 3.25 feet.
Oh, no, I read somewhere that it must have been a different breed of rattler, but I read somewhere that rattlers were like 5 feet, which freaked me out because I'm a little bit taller than 5 feet. And rattlers, from what I knew, were some of the smaller snakes. And they're the ones that are like major in North America, so I was really freaked out.
The rattlers you can find in southern United States are huge. Like they're fat too. They're not skinny.
Okay, yeah.
Anyways, the longest one on record was 5 1/3 feet. So 5 feet,
okay.
whatever that is.
What's Pacific?
No,
the Pacific Ocean is the West Ocean or the East Ocean?
It's the West Coast, yeah.
West Coast, okay.
Okay, question number 2. Rattlesnakes can sense radiation and heat. Which organ allows them to do this?
The pits
their
behind
skin.
their nose.
Yeah.
Sorry,
it's
you guys are both saying that? Okay.
It's like, because they don't, it's like their heat pits in their face, which you call it a skin. It's not really a nose, because it doesn't smell, it just senses.
Pits.
Yeah, so you're both right. They are called the pits. They aren't behind the nose specifically.
No, but they're like on the snout of the...
They're right below the eyes.
Yeah.
In fact, they're actually shaped very much like eyes. They're these little pinpricks or pits, and they let light and heat in, and they touch this cluster of extremely sensitive, like heat-sensitive cells, and that lets them basically see heat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Heat
so they can see warm-blooded animals very clearly in their mind's eye. And from what I could tell, they can sense heat changes up to a difference of 0.03 Celsius.
Oh, dang.
Degrees Celsious. That's insane.
Ow, that's super precise.
Yeah. Okay. Question number 3. Do rattlesnakes hibernate?
This is strictly the Pacific one. I'm gonna say...
No, this is in general, actually.
In general? Damn. I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
I'm going to also say yes.
Yeah, you guys both got it.
Oh, yeah.
They do hibernate.
Is it true hibernation, or is it like a bear's hibernation where they wake up?
Bears have true hibernation. What?
Some bears do, but mostly the true hibernation is just for smaller animals because bears have to wake up in winter time to like refuel.
Hibernation doesn't mean you're literally sleeping the whole winter.
I did read this book when I was like a teenager that said no, hibernation, like true hibernation, is the whole winter, and because bears wake up once or twice, it's not true hibernation.
Was it a religious
I don't know.
text?
Oh, it was. It was like
did the
Bible,
next chapter
it was the Bible too.
Was like, now also it's not a true marriage if it's between two men.
No,
Yes,
it did
God
say
does
that
not bless this union.
it did say that bears hibernate and also that bears can marry otters. It was a very strange book.
And snakes only hibernate after you've eaten the apple.
I think it was a Bible for gay sex, now that I think about it.
Oh, the gay sex Bible.
Gay sex.
The gay sex Bible.
I saw a first edition of one of those once. It was impressive.
Did you scoop it up?
Yeah, really vulgar cover. Just like
miss me
two
with that.
dudes just going at it and just squeezing hands. Just holding hands. Just real
hands are
fucking
so
Sweaty
tight.
hands.
Oh, God.
Okay, goddammit. What's your answer to the hibernation question?
Yes.
You said... Oh, wait,
You said we got it.
You didn't say the answer. Did you say the answer? Oh, yeah, you did. You said we
Yeah.
got it.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Yes,
both
they
said
do
yes.
hibernate. The crazy
Yeah.
part is that they often hibernate in these caves with over 1,000 other snakes.
Yeah.
But even crazier, there's lots of other animals that will go to these caves and hibernate next to the snakes.
Hibernate It's like the Silverwing TV show all over again.
Or like that scene from the new Jungle Book where they're all around the watering hole, except
I
they're
haven't
sleeping
seen the new
instead.
Jungle Book.
Oh, wow. That's
I know.
embarrassing. Anyways, question number 4. What organ do snakes use to smell with?
Their tongue.
Okay.
Tongue. Yeah.
No. Okay, so that's wrong. They actually, what they do is they use their tongue to pull scent particles in, but the organ that actually is the sensory organ, it's called, I don't totally understand like the biology of it, how it works. It's called a Jacobson organ.
It was a trick question, Mikhail. If you don't know the answer, how are we supposed to know the answer?
Well, I know the answer to that question, which is it's the Jacobson
your
organ.
Notes every time so that we can get the right answers.
Yeah, a simple password. I hacked straight through.
I hacked straight into the binary of your computer, Mikhail.
Yeah, so they pull these scent particles up and like basically pull it into that organ. It's a Jacobson organ, and is
it
what
called the
translates.
same in every snake? Is it just like commonly referred to as a Jacobson? Or
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. You should look it up. It's pretty crazy. Like, I think a lot of these things are sort of, you need to really understand neuroscience to understand how it's translating the information and stuff. But yeah, look it up.
That's cool.
Question number 5. How do snakes hear most sounds?
They just pick it up through vibrations.
Yeah, vibrations like up through their belly.
No, they do have like ears, but they're not really ear holes from what I remember. I think they're just like ear dents. And they don't hear as much as pick up the vibrations in like the ear dents.
I'm not going to give points to either of you for that because you're just half right. Both of you are half right.
Oh.
So the vibration does travel through the body, but it conducts through the bones. So it actually travels up through the ground.
Well,
into
that's
the
how
bones.
everybody hears, Mikhail. You got a bunch of little bones in your ear and they ding around, and that's how everybody hears.
And then the vibrations travel through the spine to the auditory organs, which are where the ears are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do they have dents? Is that a thing? Or is that just for lizards?
Their heads are flared out. I don't think they have holes.
No, yeah, it's just kind of like, they don't, not like lizards. Lizards have holes, but they just have
Right.
dents.
Okay. Question number 6. How does a rattlesnake's rattle work?
Oh, I know this. It's a bunch of dried skin, essentially like rubbing up a against other.
That's what I was going to say.
Layers and layers
just
of dried
layers
skin.
of dried skin cells.
I've actually seen like a rattler's tail get cut open.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. That's sick. It kind of looks like a pine cone, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just how like the skin flakes, like how it piles up like that.
I feel like Brayden's the only one who knew that, and now you're just going to say the same thing.
I was about to say it.
Oh, were you?
I was about to say it. And Brayden just said it ahead of me. So if I can do this for Adam 2 weeks ago, I can do this for Brayden. What he said. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not actually like skin, because they don't have skin. What it is,
They have skin, Mikhail. What do you call their scales? Their scales are skin.
You can continue to argue. I'll take points away for infractions.
Oh my god.
I'm not against it.
Keep going, Tessa. I think call his bluff.
Okay. So it's not skin in the sense that you're thinking of. It's actually like it's not dead skin. It grows like that. But what it is it's hollow scales that instead of lying flat, they're kind of lying against each other. And when they're shaken and rubbed, what you're hearing is the sound of the air, not just the sound of them clacking against each other, but the sound of like the hollow air inside.
True. Okay, so then let's say neither one of us gets points.
I gave both of you guys a point.
Oh, okay. That's
so it's the same thing, basically.
Same thing.
Number 7. Other than its ability to quickly kill prey, what purpose does the rattlesnake's venom serve? This is a tricky one.
It quickly kills them. I feel like it also immobilizes them so that it's easier for a rattlesnake to eat, because they eat like most snakes, where they just like swallow.
Okay.
And like if the food, I'm guessing if the body is like extra stiff while it's being swallowed, it's way easier.
So it makes it stiffer and that's easier to swallow. Okay.
Yeah, like helps to paralyze it.
Brayden, what's your guess?
It's a numbing agent. It makes them more docile, easier to swallow.
So those are right, but those are not. Those are both basically the same thing as what I said, as like quickly killing the prey.
Okay,
the paralysis isn't a real thing. Like there's no paralysis.
Can we guess again?
No.
Fuck, I was going to be like, all right, round 2 of guessing.
Okay, so what the venom actually does is, well, it does all the killing stuff, so it's a hemotoxin, so it like coagulates your blood inside your veins, basically. But what it also does is it attacks the tissue around the bite, and it kills like the cells, so it breaks it down. And what that does, because the snake swallows its prey whole, and it basically sits inside the snake until it digests, it starts the digestion process before the snake even swallows it.
Oh,
it's breaking down the tissue, right?
That's so
it's pretty
neat.
gross.
Snakes are so cool.
Number 8. How fast in, let's say, miles per hour is a rattlesnake's strike?
Oh,
Since
God.
that came up pretty prominently in the last book.
I'm going to say it's like, I feel like it's as fast as a fastball, which
okay, I'm going to need a number,
like,
though.
Ballparking. Hurt dirt. I think it's between 60 and 80 miles per hour.
Okay. Brayden, closest gets it.
I'm gonna go with a little lower. I'm gonna say 45 miles an hour.
Yeah. So this is actually a pretty common urban myth that rattlesnakes are like one of the fastest striking animals in the entire world. Rattlesnake's bite is about 5 miles per hour, roughly.
Oh no!
So
we were
if
both
you compare
way
this,
off.
a human can punch, like just regular punching, between 15 and 30 miles per hour.
Yeah.
So it's not actually that impressive. I will give that to Brayden, though, because I did say closest.
Oh, really?
Sorry.
40 above.
The Price is Right, Mikhail.
Right?
Oh, God.
Well, then, if it's Price is Right rule, you guys lose constantly.
We both lose. Yeah.
I mean, the metaphor stands.
The Price is Righter.
Okay, question number 9. How many bites from a rattlesnake actually contain venom?
Wait, like, how is this calculated? Like, in bites per day? Or Statistics.
Of people being bitten.
I think... Oh, of people being bitten. I think, half.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with a third.
I knew you were gonna say that.
So, Tessa, you're closest without going... Or to closest just in general. It's 70 to 75%.
Oh, okay.
So, the other ones are dry bites, which is interesting because... in the olden days, probably even now to a certain extent, when people got bit by rattlesnakes and they didn't show signs of poison, sometimes the doctors would sell this as like a miracle, like they applied their tonic and it like saved this person.
Yeah.
Alternatively, there's also been like religious explanations, like, oh, this person's like a messiah, like they didn't die, but everyone else dies.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Snake handling cults.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I wouldn't put it past it. Anyways, well, that's the end of the rattlesnake quiz. Let's just jump right into the open discussion of the mating, which I'm sure you guys wanted to hear about.
I feel like if I can guess about snakes, I feel like the female lays the eggs and then the male squirts the spermatozoids on it.
Yeah, do it. That's a great guess. Brayden?
Not for points.
I'm gonna get I've seen snakes mate. It's just like they like twirl around each other.
They just twirl cloacas and then squirt? Okay. I wasn't sure if they do that or if they do like the fish do sometimes.
Yeah, so Brayden, you couldn't be closer to the truth, and Tessa, you can be further from the truth.
I mean, okay, I feel
they
like
don't even
the
lay
snakes
eggs.
would also like wait.
Okay.
Wait.
I'm waiting.
Snakes don't lay eggs.
Rattlesnakes don't lay eggs.
Oh my god!
Is that good or bad news?
I'm just like kind of blown away. I thought snakes laid eggs, and now I feel like I just found out about the platypus for the first time.
I think some snakes probably do lay eggs.
Like
just not
a
the
live
rattlesnake.
rattler will just like squirm out of his mom's snaky cloaca.
A couple, actually. Anyways.
Snake cloaca? Are they called cloacas or are they called snake oacas?
The women or the females do have
the women.
The lady snakes have cloacas. You're right, but here's the crazy part: the men have something. The gentlemen have something called a hammy. I'm probably pronouncing this wrong. A hammy penis.
Oh, I've heard of
a hammy penis.
Hammy penis.
I've heard of these.
I've heard of these too.
So I looked up pictures of it, and I could not I could find that there was consistency in one species, but holy shit, does it look different across different species of rattlers and even like other animals that have this type of penis. It's the craziest looking thing that pops out of these snakes' bellies. I highly recommend you Google it. No, it's like a spike ball.
Oh, this is the thing that pops out of fucking...
What?
Yeah.
There's a double-pronged hemi-penis.
God.
Google it. Google it. Look that shit up.
That's a penis.
Jesus.
He's standing on it. It's like
it's
little
pretty
feet
wild.
for him.
Did you Google hemi-penis or rattlesnake hemi-penis?
Oh, no, just hemi-penis.
Yeah,
which is
they're
showing
all over
us,
the
like...
place.
Like caterpillars. That's where I've heard about this. I'm pretty sure like a fucking flatworm has a hemi-penis that's like sword-shaped. And they just like... They're hermaphrodites, and they'll just like stab each other, and whoever gets stabbed and successfully impregnated becomes the female, and the winner is the one that becomes the male.
Pretty gross stuff.
Hemi-penis.
Honestly. That being said, for how gross the hemi-penis looks, when they actually mate, it's quite cute. For one thing, the male follows the female for days, rubbing up against her, trying to like get her horny, basically.
Oh, just nice guys it into her. I see how it is.
Yeah. Milady.
Milady, do you need some serenading? I've got my trusty tambourine with me.
I can pre-digest that with some venom for you if you really need it.
Pre-digest that, milady. Want to twirl, milady?
But when they're actually having sex, it's like they kind of intertwine, like Brayden said, and their heads are usually very close to each other, facing the same way. Oh, so
they look like the thing on hospitals of the two snakes twisted
that is
together.
I think, is that two snakes or one snake? I think that is two snakes.
It's two snakes wrapped around a pole.
Yeah,
it's like a Greek mythology thing.
It's kind of like that, except their tails are kind of twist against each other as the male tries to position the hemi-penis in such a way that he can deposit the sperm into the
So does he want to
eggs,
get both of those prongs into the
Fun
female?
fact about that staff with two snakes around it, it's actually a mistranslation of an old Greek myth.
Oh, because I knew it came from the Greek myth, but it's a translation?
It's there's one Greek god of medicine who has like a stave. But then Hephaestus, not Hephaestus, Hermes, the messenger god, also has a stave with two snakes on it.
Okay.
At some point, people started like using this this stave to represent medicine, but they used the one with snakes around it because they were just like, oh, what's that old Greek myth about like a medicine god with a stave? We'll use their like stave as our symbol. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it has two snakes around it, right? Because the Greeks thought snakes meant medicine or something, and it's just a big, weird, misremembered mistranslation.
Or Hermes is in control of all of the hospitals, and that's why your cell reception, that's why they ask you to turn off your cell phones in the hospitals, is because the only messages that can get through are Hermes messages.
Maybe the stick is a snake that morphed.
Oh, he's a snake noslet, and they're actually a thruple.
Boo.
It's a snakular thruple. Okay, no.
Guys,
does he get both of the hemipene probes into the cloaca?
Okay, so the cloacas in general are not something you can insert something into, really.
They're holes. What?
No.
Not really. They're kind of more like
sphincters.
Shallow divots.
They're not like a vagina where it's like clearly a hole, like a
no, yeah,
like
they're like
a cavity. It's just like a very tiny hole. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it just deposits the sperm. But we're running out of time, so we got to move through to the humans, which was the other morph from.
Oh my god! Right? Yes. Explain this to me. Like, what the fuck is this?
Okay, so the human is the thing that Axe keeps morphing into to like fit in with the others.
To get to like the school and the
movie
theater and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. The thing with that
has
legs.
like less legs. It's the big thing about less legs, less eyes. And the mouth. With the food.
And I think they hold hands to have sex. That's how I gathered.
Yeah, that's why it's a big deal that Cassie and Jake hold hands.
We can get more into that in a bit. Okay, question number 1. Humans grow more bones as they grow from babies to adults, so the number of bones in their bodies increases over time. True or false?
True.
False. Certain bones actually fuse together as human babies grow. They start out with 60 extra bones. 60.
I feel like I knew this, and then I forgot.
I thought babies grow their kneecaps.
Yeah, like they have to grow their kneecaps, and they have to grow that extra bit in their skull. That's why there's the soft spot that people tell about you. But I thought that ended when they were like 12, and then they start to fuse together.
Boom. Question number 2. What percentage of Americans have mites living in their eyelashes?
All of them.
100%.
80%. This parasite is known as the Demodex mite and rarely causes problems, but it can cause problems if you have a very oily face or if you wear too much makeup.
God, Miss Frizzle lied to me because she said all of them.
They used to think it was everyone, but the latest stat I could find is 80%.
So. Fucking magic school bus.
Number 3. How many colors can the human eye detect?
Ooh. I want to say between
7.
7 what?
7 colors.
Okay.
I want to say between 25 and 40. Like the maximum is 40 for some people. That's it.
Okay, the real answer is 10 million colors.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Humans have trichromatic vision, which means you have 3 types of cones. Now, they're called red, green, and blue, although that doesn't mean that they're seeing red, green, and blue only and combining them. That's just kind of like the general term for them, because that's the spectrum that they focus on.
Does it come on because like the primary colors for light are believed to be red, green, and blue?
The primary colors for light for humans because of that. Yeah. But that's not really the primary colors for light for like the universe.
Oh, right? Yeah, that's true. Because like the mantis shrimp.
Right, exactly. So those red, green, and blue cones can combine in 10 million different ways, roughly.
Damn.
Okay, question number 4. What is the strongest finger on the human hand?
the thumb.
And when I say strongest, I mean when you're gripping something.
The thumb.
Okay.
I'm going to say the pinky.
Yeah, Tessa gets it. It is the pinky.
Because if you cut the pinky off of like a human's grip on something, then they'll let go.
The pinky actually contributes 50% of human grip strength.
Yeah, that's why if humans are born without the pinky, it's way more difficult for them to get around.
Totally. Also, it's because of the way it wraps. Because 3 fingers can wrap, but the pinky actually like wraps upwards towards the thumb. And a lot of people think that this is why we can use weapons so well compared to other animals. Also, and we'll get into this later if you want, but like our thumb actually moves different from other animals as well.
Wait,
that have thumbs. Anyways,
you mean our thumb, or you mean human thumbs?
Human. I meant as Animorphs, as Andalite bandits. Okay. Question number 5.
Question number 5.
Music can change a human's heart rate. True or false?
True.
True.
True. People with a musical background have often been shown to have heart rates that try to match the beat of the music they're listening to. Also, they've shown that faster, regardless of your background, faster music often translates into a faster heart rate over time.
And that's why music is used very effectively in thriller or horror movies.
And also in Thriller, the music video.
And in Thriller, the music video. This is Thriller! Thriller night!
Number 6. How much saliva does an average human produce in their lifetime?
Oh, several jars worth.
Jars, okay.
I saw this exhibit at the Science Center.
Several jars, got it.
Like the really big jars. I'm gonna say...
several really big jars.
Like really big jars.
Okay.
I'm gonna say like 6 liters.
Okay, yeah. That's lots. Brayden.
I'm gonna go with, I'm gonna go high, 12 liters.
Cool. It's 23,000 liters.
Oh!
Which is
okay, never mind.
6,250 gallons.
Never mind. I lowballed way too much. Maybe I was thinking in the year, but I remember going to the Science Center and they had like, this is how much poop you will expel in like a year, or
it's a year. This is a lifetime.
You'll have in a year.
Yeah. Okay. How big is the average human brain? Average, Brayden?
In pounds?
Yeah, or whatever.
I'm gonna say 3 pounds.
Okay.
Or no, changing it to 1 pound.
Okay. Brayden?
2 pounds.
Brayden gets it. It was 3 pounds. So a lot of people think that humans have the biggest brain proportional to their body size, when in reality that's not even true. Like birds, some birds have much bigger proportionally sized brains than humans do.
Mm-hmm. The big thing that humans do is humans are born with really big brains.
Yes.
At the start.
Yes, and actually that's part of my next...
That's what the evolutionary
And the thing about birds is they're cunts.
Okay, yeah. Question number 8. Human childbirth is much more dangerous than other species of animals on Earth.
True.
Yeah. Human babies have huge heads with huge brains, so they must be born a lot earlier in their development. So what that means is they need a lot more attention when they're born.
They can't just up and go like a gazelle. Isn't it also that, sorry, because I know you said also, but isn't it also that the way that the human body is set up with a birth, it's way more combative towards the fetus than other animals are when they're pregnant?
So the best way to have a baby is to be
a baby.
Squatting or on all fours. Right? So on your back doesn't actually make sense biologically. It makes more sense for like doctors like to deliver your baby for you. The problem is it's extremely painful and it's extremely like it takes a lot of your attention. Whereas other animals, it does take a lot of their attention, but not nearly as much. Like, have you ever seen that video of the deer giving birth? No. And then a predator scares it and it like takes off and the deer is like just squirts out behind it.
I mean, I've seen similar enough videos that I feel I do not feel the need to search up this video.
Okay, but regardless, it is true. Human birth is extremely dangerous compared to other animals. Like the death rate in humans because of childbirth, not of the babies necessarily, but of the mothers, is much
parents,
higher.
It's way high.
What is the oldest? This is question number 9. What is the oldest animal known to have opposable digits?
What?
Opposable. So we have opposable thumbs, but I'm expanding it to opposable digits. So any opposable finger.
I'm going to say one of the creatures that evolved into humans as we know them today.
Okay, I'll accept that. Brayden?
Yeah. Oh, what's it called?
Don't fucking say whales. I'm going to be so pissed.
You mean great ones?
Oh my god. The great ones! Michael Jordan was a whale! Michael Jordan was a whale!
Monkeys. What's the
Primates?
proto-monkey? No, it wasn't a primate yet. It was just monkeys. I'm going to say monkeys.
Okay, you guys are both way off. It was a dinosaur.
What? Oh, what? Yeah. I thought that was just an inaccurate depiction from an artist.
No, 140 million years ago, there was a dinosaur called Nquebasaurus, which is Nqweba, which is a crazy way of spelling anything. But it had opposable like primitive opposable digits on its hands. There were also two distinct examples from about 70 million years ago. One of them was called the Troodon, and this is my favorite name ever, the Bambi Raptor.
Cute.
Okay, last question. Do other animals, other than humans, cook their food?
Yes.
No.
Brayden, you get it. They don't.
What? I thought there was some monkeys that had, like, been cooking their food. I mean, it was on a human structure. They hadn't invented fire, but they've been seen. There's tribes of monkeys, like gibbons, I think it was.
We have taught animals to cook food. There are animals that let food rot to make them easier to digest, but I wouldn't call that cooking.
No, that's not. That's just making liquor.
There was also a bonobo monkey I found named Kanzi, and they taught it how to cook like marshmallows and shit over a fire. Aww. But get this, they made it watch the movie Quest for Fire. Have you seen this movie?
No,
I haven't actually. No.
Okay, I suggest you look it up. I don't think you should watch all of it, but it's basically like I can't remember it exactly, but I know it's like natives or like primitives, kind of like discovering like cavemen trying to carry this fire around and like discovering fire.
Fuck! This movie was talked about in one of our theater classes.
Yes,
our teacher
Jeff
was like,
loved it at the end.
He loved it because at
when
the
they're,
very
like,
end, he's like, it's like the very first bit of theater when Ron Perlman's character is telling them the story of how he got the fire, and I was like, you are almost always drunk while you're teaching this class, aren't you?
The article I read said that it they made the monkey watch the movie like multiple times to get it to figure this out, which I thought was pretty crazy.
That feels like really wrong.
Yeah, it feels weird, and like, how did that even work? I don't know. The score stands at Tessa with 19, Brayden with 25.
God, I would be like, if only I stuck with my 3 pounds.
That was a pretty good guess.
That was hilarious.
So let's go into our second last segment, which is the discussion of human mating. So guys, I looked up... I tried to look up videos. Well, it's weird. Like, for as much mating videos you can find on YouTube, I couldn't find any human mating ones, so I had to just Google it. There's a lot of other sites, free sites, that will show you what the deal is. The problem is, unlike the snake or a lot of the other animals, it was really hard to nail down like what the mating ritual was.
Yeah. What sort of mating rituals did you find?
Well, it's weird. Sometimes it's like some kind of like it almost seems like an exchange where there's a bartering system. Like, one person will give an item that they've found to another one, and the other one, instead of exchanging an item that they found, will offer some kind of sexual gratification with no reproductive ends, as far as I can tell.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah. So what do you mean? So they're like dolphins, where they have sex for pleasure.
What do you mean? No reproductive? Like, they don't?
No, they're like dolphins.
Well, sometimes they don't even finish the act in a way that would be proactively reproducing. They pull their penis out, and it's like it just let the spermatozoids go everywhere.
What do you mean everywhere? Like, these things go like a fucking blunderbuss?
Well, it's normally absorbed through the vagina, like a lot of mammals, but for some reason, it's almost like they might have evolved organs to absorb sperm through the face or possibly the upper back.
Miguel, you're so immature. Why do you always have to laugh when we talk about animal sex?
I know. It's terrible.
Okay. I think I have heard I haven't heard you talk about like Bambi raptors. I heard there was also kind of humans in back when homophobia was more legally rampant in the United States, where there would be 2 women who would go at it, but they would be called Bambis would be the ones who didn't want to take part in sexual acts so much as like cuddling and kissing. They were called Bambi lesbians. This is a true fact I found out.
Is that a subspecies of the... I found one online.
I don't think it's a subspecies. I think it's just more like a sub-behavior, because humans don't really seem to have a different species like other animals would do.
Well, I don't know, because there's a lot of breeding videos for something... I think it's called Cumsloots? I might be pronouncing that wrong.
I'm looking it up, and I'm looking at it right now. I think maybe the vagina is just like a stimulation organ.
Okay.
They must have like a separate organ for like getting the penis like erect. Some of these like males are like coming in this ejaculating in this other hole near the vagina, sort of like up the back.
I think because childbirth is so dangerous in humans, they don't actually give live birth anymore. Like you hear talk about test tube babies, and I think technology has progressed enough that that's just how children are conceived. So now, like you say, I think the vagina is just used as a stimulation for any kind of recreational ejaculation.
This one, there's two males. They can't both?
No, I think it's like a thing for dominance. Like, how I was talking about the flatworm? Like, the first one to stab them will, like, be the one that ends up getting it. No, they just seem to be enjoying it. Never mind.
What the hell?
It's very strange. I don't totally understand, like, the rituals involved. And sometimes they just go at it.
Some of them are wearing a lot of clothes. Like, one of them is dressed up to look like a dinosaur?
What the hell?
Well, it's strange because I remember we talked about the dolphin, like, the dolphin rape cave, and I felt strangely hesitant to look at the videos labeled human rape cave, but I'm assuming that there's some similar behavior going on there. I did have to get through a bunch of paywalls.
I think didn't we talk about how the dolphin rape cave was like a myth, like while dolphins will rape like a dead porpoises, they don't
apparently the human ones aren't.
No, but see, I think this might be a fiction that somebody is setting up to like debase a human.
I think they're making fun of dolphins.
I feel like they're making fun of dolphins because obviously we know that the humans are pretty well evolved, so I doubt they would like go into any kind of animalistic base nature like this kind of raping behavior. Like they can just ejaculate with whoever and whatever they want. Like there's no need to do this against a creature's will.
They do have a lot of creative ways to get that ejaculate out also.
God! Jesus!
Some of them are just using tools, Mikhail.
What the hell? I'm looking around this site, and like this site for human mating, and like this video isn't even about mating. These ones are just slapping each other. Oh God!
Yeah.
Oh, but see, they seem sexually aroused by it. So obviously,
is this like some sort of animal abuse site, as well as human mating?
It's hard to say. I don't know. I've never really enjoyed any of this. It's much more interesting if you get one of their books from if you download one of their books, because they'll talk about it in the book. We'll talk about the human mating in this book, but they'll have all this romantic language. Like, they'll just talk about...
Oh, Mikhail, you still there?
Almost done.
Oh. Okay. Okay, then.
Okay,
do you want me to
go for it.
Keep talking? Cool. Okay.
Nope.
But, like, in these books, they won't even mention penis. It's almost like a weird... Like, they'll just say member. Or, like, love rod. Or like
they don't say love rod. Get the fuck out.
That's love rod is one of the words. Or like meaty stick. Meaty stick is one of the ones.
Thingy.
And it's like entrance or a you know what. And it's I don't know.
Honestly, the whole thing seems a little bit too difficult to parse for us three.
It's typical where like the books are way better than the movies. I mean, let's just be real.
Shall we move on to the hypothetical question?
Yes.
Okay, if you were forced to make love to either the rattlesnake or the human being, which would you choose? Why would you choose that? And how would you do it? Here are some caveats. The animals are consenting, okay? Come on, guys. Come on. Also, you can have any genitals you want, and you must engage in their mating rituals.
But which mating ritual? The humans have so many.
Oh, it's up to you. You can choose.
Okay.
Also, which one would you choose?
Oh gosh.
I'm uncomfortable with the fact that snakes don't have legs, so I would have to choose the human.
Okay.
But I would choose the mating ritual where they don't actually engage in any sexual intercourse. They just go out to a fancy supper. And typically the man will just like pay for everything. And then the woman will just receive all of these gifts. And at the end of the night, she just says, okay, goodbye. And the man says, goodbye.
But isn't that long term? Like the next time, if she doesn't mate with him,
no, the whole idea.
There's a threat of violence.
What I've read in this is it's typically an older man and a younger woman, but the older man will pay for everything for the younger woman.
Yeah.
No sexual contact, and it's just companionship.
Okay.
And then they'll just wave goodbye and leave. It's a mating ritual because then the man will like jack off underneath the table and the woman will pretend she doesn't see it.
Whoa, okay, fuck.
But
I wasn't expecting that. All right.
Yeah, like I count it, but there's no need for me to engage in the sexual act. I just get like things paid for me and I get to eat a delicious meal.
Sure.
So I'll have that one.
Okay.
Gosh.
Oh, but my genitals, I have one of those hemi penises. Just like underneath my dress the whole time.
Pretty gross.
Yeah.
Is it one of the ones that look like an alien flower where it's got
it's
like
one of the ones
flaps?
like the size of my forearm, but both of them are the size of my forearm and they got spikes on it.
Pretty gross. Okay, Brayden, I'm waiting for your answer.
I'm watching this one right now, and it's like, God, the humans just have so many options. Like they're going on the vagina and that other organ, and I think they're just using like they're like
there's a lot of
appendages,
a lot of digital use.
I think those are feet. Somebody's using their feet. I really like the options in that one. I think I'm watching this one, and there's like 2 females, and it's like, oh God, there's 3 females and only one, and I'm like, it's impractical, but I think. Gosh, I think I have to go with the human sex.
Yeah, I think that's the better choice. So, Mikhail,
which one would you choose, and why is it the rattlesnake?
I would choose a rattlesnake because it's romantic, and you guys are fucking perverts. That's why.
I'm sorry. I know. I feel like I revealed something really personal. I'm sorry, Mom. Please don't listen.
I'm not ashamed. I'm watching these 4 humans just. Oh my God, those 2 are using... Those are both females. What the fuck? She's using her mouth.
I feel like that's more practical than trying to use just one single meaty member, because like the mouth is way more dexterous than this member ever could be.
Well, like the
I feel like this woman on woman kind of relationship is far more practical than any of the other ones we've seen.
No, like I don't know about your cloaca, but my cloaca.
I do think it's more practical.
Okay.
No. Like,
I don't know why any of the women would choose to.
You need more mass. It's not just about like the one area. Yeah.
But see, one of them is pulling out like one of the fake toys again. That just looks like a member, but it's much more easier to clean.
That's not the same thing.
Next week, we'll be talking about way better. Animorphs number 9. The secret, and the following week we'll be talking about the morphs from that book in that week's Live from the Gardens. I've been Mikhail, the host.
I've been Tessa, the expert.
And this is Brayden. Where the fuck you go? Come on, you dropped the ball.
I'm sorry. I'm Brayden, and I'm hypnotized.
And this has been Live from the Gardens, a Fanimorph podcast about how to watch animals having sex on YouTube or otherwise.
Hey, Goodbye. Now they're using their mouth on the other organ.
If you'd like to correct or clarify any of the poorly researched animal facts in this episode of Live from the Gardens, feel free to contact us on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook by searching for Fanimorphs, the Dork-Bajir Chronicles. And remember, stay safe, stay hidden. Brought to you by
Collective Legacy,
a podcast network.